Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
And I'm Chris.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. I went car salesman then.
I guess that's a little better.
Yeah. All right, this episode is brought to you by StringJoy. We're going to, because last week we didn't have anything. We just posted audio that you couldn't hear me on, apparently. So, hey, recording's hard when you're in NAMM and you're just like plugging stuff in. Sometimes you forget to turn on your own mic, but you heard the guests, and that was the important part. Well, right. You heard the host and one of the guests. The other guest you couldn't hear. So, let's see. But yeah, StringJoy, sound better, play better. I figured I'm just going to stick with that. It's really nice and short instead of me trying to think of something.
Right.
So, yeah, but we got to give like StringJoy all the love because we've got something coming up in September. That's going to be really cool. Everyone needs to keep their eyes open for September 1st. Just remember that day. But until then, we've got something really cool going on. We've got free pedal. How cool is that? So we've got a Whirlybird that we're giving away for free. We're partnering
Tell us
up
what
with
the Whirlybird is.
So the Whirlybird's from Spruce Effects. It is a tremolo that has a gain circuit built in, and the gain circuit is money. That's where it's at. If you're not checking out that gain circuit, you're not living life. I bought it. I put it on my board. It hasn't come off. I've got Whirlybird number 2. I think Berniker, Nathaniel Berniker beat me. So I saw him at Summer NAMM, and I didn't even like try to stab him.
That's good, Diaz.
Proud of myself. The violence has come down. Diaz is no longer actually like threatening to stab people. It's kind of weird. Wow, we haven't actually talked since NAMM. We haven't done an episode since NAMM. But we did do kind of a recap. We did the cool crossover episode with the 60 cycle hum. Mm-hmm. That was pretty neat. I guess we could talk about. So we've got the giveaway. So we need to stay on topic with that. If you go to our Instagrams, you can go to the Effects Loop Instagram. You can go to the Clifton Worley Show Instagram. There's going to be a picture. All you have to do is share it and tag 2 friends. And make sure that you're following us on Instagram. That's it. It's not even that hard.
There's no web page to put your email
into
we're not, or anything.
We don't want your email.
A simple screenshot and share.
That's it. We don't want your email. We're not selling your information. We just want you to follow us so we can share goofy stuff with you. Well, that's what I want to do. Clifton probably wants to actually do something important. I'm just over here trying to play with the goofy stuff. So go check that out. It's really awesome. It's an amazing pedal. I know right now they're doing a summer discount. So if you don't want to risk getting it and you actually want to get one before they run out, go buy one. They're a great price. What are they, like 100 and... I should know this.
150 or 160 something.
It's like 150, and I know they've got like I think it was like summer 2019 discount.
Mm-hmm. And the artwork's pretty cool too. It's half of why I want it.
Yeah, the artwork is absolutely fantastic. It's got this like old school, like when you look at it, you just want to play some CCR. That's the first riff I played when I got it. So that's it. Repost the picture using hashtag #WinThatWhirlybird. Follow the Effects Loop. Follow Clifton Worley Show, and you're in. In it to win it, guys. It's the free stuff. All right. So, Chris, what's new with you?
I finally got the MXR Dookie in. I have not played it yet because I'm still in the process of moving. And literally the only pieces of gear I have with me are my Tele Deluxe and my Acoustic and my box of pedals. That is it. So I've still got to go get my amp and stuff before I can try that out. But hopefully I can do that before next episode.
Just send it to me.
After waiting 3 months for it.
Yeah, I'll take
Cole Duke already getting his.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find out where Cole bought his from, and just kind of roll with.
He probably did a Sweetwater, which is what I kind of wish I did. But
well, who did you go through?
American Music Supply, I think.
Yeah, they're a little slow to the game on some of the new stuff.
But at least I got it in 2 days when I got the shipping notice.
Yeah, they are killer on how fast they ship. Well, man.
So yeah, we'll hopefully have that up next week. And then last week, I traded the DoD Gunslinger so trade up story. I got that when they were $25 last year.
They're
something
practically
like that.
giving them away.
Yeah, so I sat on that for a while. A builder local to me wanted it, and he had some parts laying around. So that strap body I now have a neck for. I think I have all the bridge hardware, the neck plate, all that good stuff. The only thing I need now is pickups, but I got all of that stuff just trading that.
Holy crud.
Yeah, so I have like 90% of a guitar now. Well, 75 if you're going to be like picky of like you kind of need pickups for a guitar to work.
I know, now you're just waiting for Lambertones to come out with a P90.
Yep, at least a humbucker size P90 so I can throw it in there.
Wait, so it's a humbucker? You're looking for humbuckers?
Well, it's a
Humbucker
HSH strap body.
Couldn't you find like a pick guard where you could just put P90s in it?
It would have to be uber custom made, and I would like to just pick one up off the shelf that's an HSH if I could. Yeah. $40 versus $80.
That's true. Well, you could probably find one on Reverb. Just like a strap pick guard cut for 2 P90s.
Potentially. Somebody out there probably either has one or has a router that they're like, oh yeah, I can do the thing. And
yeah. If you're listening and you have that ability, hit us up.
Let us know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, I need to talk about what I got new. I got new computer stuff that's giving me problems. So if it sounds like I've got a typewriter going on behind me all the time, that's because there's this crackling noise whenever I listen to stuff, and I'm not sure if it's coming through. I don't know where it's coming from.
We just time traveled you back to the 40s, and you're just in a giant news station with all the typewriters going.
Yeah, let's listen up. Oh yeah, we're bringing it back. What is it called? Mid-Atlantic, something Mid-Atlantic accent?
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So we got the new computer stuff. I got a new interface, which you luckily told me afterwards that I could have gotten a bigger one from you. But this was tied in because I got 2 new studio monitors. They're these quote unquote cheap. They're by a company called Kali, and they
Never heard of them.
Yeah, I saw it on a Kemper group. Someone was like, "Listen, these are totally underrated. These sound amazing." So I got them, and they really
is the Affinity Squire.
Well, but these really do sound good, and I got monitor stands and everything, looking like a big boy. I also got this cool, it's like a 32-inch TV for $10 at a garage sale.
Nice.
I was walking up, I was like, man, I'd love to have that like as a computer monitor. I was like, man, even if they want $50, that's not bad. I walked up, and the lady, her daughter was like inside, and her daughter was the one selling the stuff. She goes, I think she wanted 20 for it. Give me $10 and I'll let you take it out again. I was like, holy crap. I threw $10 and put it up real quick.
Yeah, it's like, let me just leave now.
I was like, that's fantastic. Yeah, don't change your mind. I also, so at Summer NAMM, I fell in love with a pedal. And usually at Summer NAMM, I fall in love with something. But this was something that was just fantastic. It all started when Kevin Equitz, actually started with Clifton Worley posting a video of Kevin Equitz playing it at Winter NAMM. And I was like, I want to sound like that. But I'll never sound as good as Kevin Equitz. If you've ever heard the man play, it'll make you just want to quit. But I got this cool Tysco fuzz. That's not it. That's my clean sound. So I get to do the, I'm playing through my SG Original 2 Lambertone Crema pickups with a Gun Street wiring harness into a Matchless Lightning 15 profile. And this is my clean tone. No. So, pretty darn clean. And we're going to kick this bad boy on. So the cool thing about this is it has a octave up and down. So right now I'm in octave down with the gain maxed. The tone is sitting at about 9 o'clock or so. This thing can get really really dark. So you can hear it go kind of down. This is me turning the tone down. And that's me on the bridge pickup. Yeah, it's got a killer sound. I mean, this is octave down. So that's got a really cool sound. I'm going to put the tone about 12 o'clock. I'm going to go, that was on the neck. I'm going to go to the bridge again. Actually, you know what? Let's have a little fun. Let's put it in the middle. So it's got a really cool, we can't do an octave down crazy. We'll put the gain about halfway. And then this is the gain rolled all the way off. It sounds like poop. In my opinion. So this thing sounds great. So funny thing is when I talked to Leon from Pelican Noise Works, who's a big fuzz guy, he's just like, yeah, the fuzz should always be dimed. Just crank it. And then I've actually learned that that's actually true.
It is.
So the one negative thing I could say about this is, it's not negative, but I wish it was different. I wish you could turn off the octave up or down. There is no way around it.
That's fair.
So it's doing octaves. It's using the same. I mean, it's going to mess up whenever you're playing chords, stuff like that. So you can hear it at some points. The tracking gets a little fuzzy, a little funky. But on the octave down, it's not so much. So. Now I'm going to go octave up. So that's... So this one, whenever you kind of hit more than one note, you hear that little dissonance. It doesn't track really well. But it just sounds... The octave up sounds fantastic whenever you're soloing up top. So. So, I mean, that's kind of, I'd use it octave downs more like. So, that's the Teisco Fuzz.
Nice.
So, sounds great. It's really cool. I enjoy it thoroughly. So I suggest everyone gets one, and it's $129. It's a fantastic. So I do have to say that, Chris, you could probably agree with this. The pictures you see online of these boxes do not do it justice.
No.
When you see them in person, they're a lot. When you see them online, you think, because number one, it's got. I don't know if it's... I believe it's Japanese lettering on it.
Probably.
It looks kind of cheap. This thing's sturdy. It's really cool. So one of the neat things is it doesn't have a serial number. It has a QR code, and you can scan it, and I believe that's how you register your pedal. Like, that's flipping sweet. And it's got a spot. The back is probably one of the coolest backs ever. Well, I'll have to put pictures up of that. But yeah, that's one of the things I was drooling over. I think people are probably tired of hearing me talk about it. I've talked about it on here before, about how I want it. But after going to NAMM and hearing it in person, I lost my mind. What was so really quick? What was like one of the few, or what's some of the cool things that you saw at NAMM that you want everyone to know you saw at NAMM that was really cool?
I don't know. The thing that really stuck out to me, actually, probably two things. A couple of things are in the NAMM, the vendor booth. The new Mexican, player series tellies that are coming stock with Bixby.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It was actually, the one I saw was in white, so it's good that they're doing something special and not doing it in a weird color like they typically do with some things. Yeah, so I liked that. And
the Starcasters looked really cool in there.
Oh yes, the Starcast. I actually do really want one. So I don't know if I want one before I want a new Gretsch or if I'm going to end up getting both. But they're both, that's really cool. The other thing was I don't remember the name of it, but it's their delay reverb pedal. That was
Fenders?
new. Yeah, I think it was either new for Summer NAMM or it was new for Winter NAMM.
They announced new pedals at Summer NAMM.
Okay.
So I believe that was one of the new ones they announced. They either announced it at Summer NAMM or right before Summer NAMM.
Gotcha. So yeah, that was really cool. And what I didn't know was it was a dual delay. So think, actually it was basically like the Strymon Dig. So you had the hidden feature to, adjust the secondary or primary subdivision and all that. And then the reverb had 3 separate algorithms on it that I think you could change up in different ways, so it really ended up coming out to like 9-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool and had me really interested, and I think it actually comes out to like just under 200, like price wise.
Yeah.
Which it sounded really good, which is really weird to say for something at NAMM, even though, because like you hear it there, you get the best of it, and then like it could potentially sound like crap because again you're at NAMM. You got all the other stuff going on, but it actually sounded really decent. So I'm hoping Guitar Center near me or one of the other smaller stores will get one in stock that I can go play with it.
Yeah.
Myself. But I think that was it. I know Gretsch came out with a couple, and it came out with a hollow body with some P90s, which really had my interest. It was
their isn't that one that you were like checking out? You were looking around. Was that the one you wanted to look at while we were there?
I think it was. Somebody, I think, had it down, so I never made it back over there. But I think it's the Streamliner series, which is the lower end, but
you should have just interrupted him.
And it's like, hey, I have a podcast.
Sir, I have a podcast. Put it down. That'd have been great. I'm going to start. Next year, I'm just going to walk around and just act like I'm all that. Like, excuse me, podcast coming through with the podcast here, guys.
You're physically going to carry around a podcast?
Yeah, that's it. All right.
We'll figure out how to build that.
All right, moving on to what's new in the gear world. All right, so this first one is speculation because we've already speculated about something that did not happen. We were talking about possibly them announcing an SE PRS. That did not happen. But can you believe it? Last night or the night before, or it could have been the night before that, or if you're listening to the back catalog a few years ago, John Mayer was he was seen with a Silver Sky with a maple neck and silhouette bird inlays, not the full on, what are they called, dirty birds or whatever, the full color birds.
I don't know.
Call them
I didn't even know they came in full color.
How do we not have a Whirlybird PRS with Whirlybirds on it?
It's a good question.
Yeah, make that happen, Clifton. Dearest Clifton. Yeah, no, that's really cool. John Mayer's signature PRS.
John Myers.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that video?
No.
So one of my favorite videos, if you know, one of the things that I actually do love about John Mayer is he makes fun of himself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows his persona, he knows this, so it's hilarious. So back whenever he was really, I think it was right before Continuum, or right around Continuum time. You know, he was really big. He was on MTV a lot, goofing around and everything. Well, they did he went around in a bear costume and was interviewing people waiting for his concert. And the whole time he's like, "Yeah, I heard John Myers is gay." Or like he would say something, he'd be like, "I love John Myers." Like after they say John Mayer like 20 times. Right. It's great. So I'll always call him John Myers. All right, moving on. So I picked this one because it's relevant in some stuff that's going down on the interwebs. So Thorpe FX makes a splash with heavy water dual boost. So it's got a clean boost and a dirty boost, and you can use them both at the same time. Whatever, they're independent. It's really cool. And it's got the Thorpe design, which everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I personally own a pedal that I did not buy from the builder. I happened to buy it for like dirt cheap, and I mean dirt cheap. There's a pedal builder who has a boost that has the same exact design shape for the most part. So if you go and look at a Thorpe and go look at Green Child Effects, I'll go ahead and say it. I don't care. Start some drama. I'll fight someone. The Green Child Effects Mr. Boost has the exact, not the exact same, but has the pretty much same build of the pedal. And the thing about the Thorpe FX pedal is it is very unique. Like when you see it, if you know who Thorpe FX is, you're like, that's a Thorpe FX. Mm-hmm. Well, this pedal builder just apparently threw another fit recently because there was a group that just laid into him about stealing the design. And, you know, it is what it is. It's, you know, I don't think he has a copyright on that pedal design. Even then, that pedal design somewhat stole from Boss in the sense of having the elevated or the recessed knobs and controls.
Yeah, once you start getting that nitpicky about it, like you have to.
Yeah, but now Green Child's looks too damn close. Like it's not even like, no question you knew where they got the design from. You could put hashtag heavily influenced. It was heavily influenced by this design. But I figured we'd give a little bit of airtime to Thorpe FX with this cool little boost. Now the question is, how much does it retail for? 189.99 euros. Which we are going to
convert that real quick.
Yeah, we're converting it. It won't work. I give up. Search. There we go. All right.
It's 230. That is a lot for a boost pedal.
It's 2 boosts. How much is it? 213?
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. It is kind of bad. But why? Let's see. I wonder where he built his stuff. He might be in England or somewhere. Oh. Boost of the Dane. Oh, I was going to say, is he Danish? All right. Anyways, check it out. It's pretty cool. If you get a chance to listen to it, it sounds great too. Did you listen to it, Chris?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Next time, just lie. No one's going to trust. Just say.
Yes, totally listen to it.
Thanks,
it
Chris, for listening.
It sounds like a plexi in a box.
No, okay. All right.
Everything I'm gonna have to teach. Like a plexi in a box.
I'm gonna just have to teach you how to lie to the listeners. Some of the people actually think I know what I'm talking about. So
it sounds like a rat.
That's Every pedal sounds like a rat nowadays. All right, so we're gonna move on to these. Let's see. So there's a company called Cynosure, Cynosure. It's doing custom electrics for Bloodstock. So Bloodstock is a festival of blood, I guess. Sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally where I want to go. So if you look at these guitars, you can assume that it's going to be a pretty heavy. So rock and metal gallery.
No, maybe they play jazz on these.
Bull crap. All right, so please go look at these. So we've got the Parkway Drive Scorpions and Sabaton. These guitars are interesting. I don't know how to describe them.
One looks like a charred double cut Les Paul in a sunburst.
Yes.
The other one looks like a face hugger from Alien.
It's a scorpion.
Sorry.
It looks like a scorpion.
Same thing.
It's the wood's cut like a scorpion.
Yes. The other one is a mesh top, kind of, with some wood outlining, keeping the mesh in so you can kind of see through the body. So I'm guessing would that be semi-hollow?
That's a cheese grater?
Yeah, if you want to use it as a cheese grater, you probably could.
You could. How would you get the cheese out?
I
can't tell.
There's probably a little hole in the back somewhere because you got to get to the controls somehow.
The cheese hole.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But these are definitely interesting. They're just.
I do kind of like the mesh one. It's kind of industrial looking, or steampunkish, which I guess we are the podcast that accepts steampunk for what it is. Mm-hmm. Unlike other podcasts.
So, let's see. The Scorpion guitar is for the band Scorpions. Just throwing that out there. I'm trying to see what the other ones.
Is that too cheesy?
Are these like the name of bands? Sabaton and Parkway Drive?
No, I think those are the model names.
Well, if the Scorpions for the Scorpions. I think that's the name of the bands. But anywho, moving forward. All right, let's talk about something that we actually know. Because I'm really excited about this. EMG unmasked Jim Root's new Fender Signature Jazzmaster. So EMG posted a picture of a Fender Jazzmaster Jim Root Signature, which is fan-freaking-tastic. It's got block inlays. It's got, what's it called around the neck? Around the
binding?
The binding around the fretboard. It's got one control. It's got a volume control, and it's got a pickup selector. Mm-hmm. It's a hardtail. It's got some EMGs in it. This looks so freaking cool.
It really does.
I want it so bad. I want to know what price it is because Fender's not really announced it. This is going to be, I guess, a NAMM 2020 thing.
Maybe. I mean, like, let him play it around for a while and then finally announce, like, hey, we're releasing it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I want it, though. Like, I've never wanted a Jazzmaster as bad as I want this one. It will be mine. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we didn't really talk about this. I didn't put it on the list. Kemper Stage was announced while we were at NAMM.
Oh, didn't you get a chance to play with that earlier this week?
No. Where would I get? No.
I don't know. I thought I saw you go live on trying to download something off the Kemper site.
Oh, that was me messing around with going live via my computer.
Oh, gotcha.
No, that was they've updated the rig manager and they've updated the operating system for the Kemper, but they brought out the stage, which is the floor version. It's really cool. It's not powered. It's like the only big thing that I've heard anyone complain about. Which people complaining about that not being powered is goofy, because if you're carrying a 4x12 around, you might as well carry the head.
Yeah.
but that's just my opinion. And even then, if you're carrying a 4x12 around, you can just buy a power amp and bring that with your. I mean, just attach that to your 4x12.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I could see the want for that to be powered because you've already got the head or rack that's already powered, so why not have?
Listen, all right. So I've got the powered head. I almost never use that. I just don't. I've got a powered headrush speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what I use. Or I plug it into my computer and use my studio monitors.
True. Plus, it's like 300. Like, this is part of what keeps me back from going Kemper is the fact that it's a 300-watt power supply.
Yeah. I blew a 2x12.
Yeah, like, that's the thing is, like, I would have to have a 4x412 or... like take my 212 and get some high, like very high wattage speakers, which is almost just as much as buying a used 412.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that people complaining about that don't really know what they're complaining about. That's just me.
Probably.
All right, we'll move on to the Gibson. Brian Ray Custom Shop 62 SG Jr. And the biggest question is, who is Brian Ray? But actually, I know who he is. So he's the lead guitarist for Paul McCartney's band.
Oh.
So I don't know. I need to look him up. I think he's the guy with the brown hair. Feels weird calling a guy a brunette. But there's the blonde guy who sometimes plays bass, and he's got like a big smile.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's him. Why are they calling him the lead guitar player? He's not the lead guitar player. He's a fantastic guitar player who plays lead sometimes, but he's not who I'd call the lead guitar player. I don't know.
Totally following along with you.
You're not. Falling asleep.
But no, I actually kind of like the guitar for what it is, even though I have no idea who the guy is.
This is one of those guitars that even though you don't know who the signature is after, it's a cool guitar that you would play. It's it's an SG Junior. Is that a single P90 in it?
Yep, single P90. It's got the what is that trim called? Because
is it a Maestro? I think it might be a Maestro without the actual body piece, or it's close to the Maestro.
It looks like it might have a tailpiece on there. I can't exactly zoom in.
It doesn't, but it doesn't have the Maestro tailpiece,
right?
Like all the way through the kind of like how.
That goes all the way down to the end pin. You're right.
Yeah, they might have. It might be covered up through that, but it's pretty much a Maestro bridge.
Yeah.
Of a Barola, and I do love it because it's classy looking. The only thing I might not like is at the end of the tailpiece. I don't know if that's maybe to stop it from bending back or something. Maybe that's how they have it set up. But I'd have to look at it in person to get a better look at it.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit of a flare with some mother of pearl inlay work. And I can't tell what it is, but it's a little too flashy for me.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst. It's not. It's maybe a little too flashy. Maybe in person it'll look better. But I do love 12th fret marker has a really cool crown inlay.
And then what is this finish called?
I don't know. It looks
White fox. It's not the normal
no.
Like straight white. It
looks like someone smoked like in the same room as it for about 3 decades straight. It's cool. I like it. That's why I picked it out. Let's see. It's got a Tunematic. Oh, you can have it with a Tunematic ABR1 or wrap tail bridge and a Vibrola tremolo or stop bar. Okay. These changes says Ray should be as easy as changing a set of strings.
Should it?
Should it be? Now the question is,
Gibson, send us one and we'll test that theory.
how much does it cost? Buying options, find in store.
My location.
Are you trying to find it too?
Yeah.
There's
so
a
Guitar
race.
Center supposedly. Oh no, this is just the dealer. Never mind.
Guitar Center in Knoxville. That would be flippin' killer if they had it. It won't let me pick it though. Alright, stop. Alright, well this website sucks. Alright. Forget you, Gibson.
Oh, pre-order.
I don't care what you've done. Let's see, custom shop.
$4,199 on sale.
That's a no from me, dog.
Retail price is $5,880.
No, I don't like it that much. I don't think so. Yeah, that's kind of bad. All right. Yeah, no, I don't think so. They've got an SG with my Maestro Vibrola that looks exactly like mine. They've got them brand new right now for $2,000.
Double that and add $500, $800, and you'll be good.
I know, but I want another guitar. Jess wouldn't even know I got this one. Because it looks exactly like the other one. Like
the same color?
It's the same exact color, everything. It's a vintage cherry. It's you know what? I couldn't do that. The fretboard's a little bit lighter. It's probably a Pal Faro or whatever. Palo Faro.
That would be the one thing she notices is like, wasn't there a different grain of wood on there?
Yeah, she's like, is that a Palo Faro fretboard? No, it's rosewood. Mine's a really dark rosewood. Shh. There's a dog growling. All right. So we're not going to get that guitar. And then last thing we're going to talk about really quick. Friedman raises the standard with new flagship BE100 Deluxe guitar amp.
I like this.
Do you really?
Yes.
Because it's a Marshall in a box?
Kind of, but it's got a whole lot of features that I guess Marshall will just never ever put on any of their flagship amps. So it's a 3-channel amp, whereas the non-deluxe was a 2. The added channel is a clean channel, like just straight clean coming from their, what they call it? They call it the small box plexi channel. Mm-hmm. It comes from one of Friedman's smaller amps. I believe they're all individually controlled, so that to me means a lot, is that you can have your, clean, it's like the classic, whether it's the crates of old that everybody used to own, that had the 3 channels, maybe.
Are you talking about the tube one?
No, it was definitely
you're talking
solid
about
state.
Oh, you're talking about the one that I think Blake and I, but Blake still has his. the 100-watt solid state.
I think so. It was like 100 or 120. Yeah.
And it was like it was blue on the front. It had a lead, a crunch, and a clean channel.
Yeah.
And there was a built-in reverb, which, surprising enough, it actually had a reverb tank.
Interesting.
I know because I destroyed one.
Good job.
But yeah, I can't remember the model number. Someone will be able to tell me. But yeah, I had one of those. It was that was my amp for like the longest time.
I think that was everybody. Like that was the first amp I ever wanted, but then I kind of grew out of it because I never got one and ended up getting a Vox as my first like real amp.
my first amp was a PV. It was a tube amp. It was a bass one. It was one of the like old school 80s PVs that had like the green. Or no, maybe it was probably 70s PVs. It was great. It was my grandfather's. He played bass at his little country church, and he had one. And then he let me have it, and I put a Boss DS1 through it, and I was like, yeah, metal. Because every once in a while, I still will find like a metal profile
Mm-hmm.
and go nuts and play like a bunch of Metallica riffs and just that like angst. I love it.
I think everybody probably does that.
I miss that. I found I was scrolling through the Kemper, like I guess like I forgot what it's called. Kind of like the marketplace, just where like everyone uploads their stuff. And there's one that was just called "Damn It." And I was like, please be exactly what I think it is. And I turned it on. It was horrible sounding distortion. And I went da 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 da. I was like, man, that's perfect. I had to find a "Damn It" without the guitar and play along. It was a lot of fun.
So circling back around now that we got off on the cheap solid state.
So here's my thing with Friedman. All right, so Friedman apparently makes great stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. They're expensive.
Well, yeah, they're. Somebody will have to fact check me, but I think somebody from Marshall came and started Friedman, if I remember that correctly.
I think Friedman's
be totally wrong.
Ran by a guy named Friedman.
Yeah, but I think he. Let's go to the.
Okay, so here's the thing about Friedman too, is because Friedman's also becoming one of those companies that they used to be like. I don't know how to say it. There's I think it's in line with Wampler, Matthews Effects, people who no longer make their stuff in house. They build the design. They have a company that makes their stuff for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all a part of the same group, which is fine. But I think that when that happens, I don't know. I feel like they're still paying. People are still paying like handmade price when it's no longer handmade stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that's my only not like a big issue, but it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't know anymore. But that's just me. I've never played a Friedman in person, so I can't say how it sounds.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people praise them, so it might be worth every penny.
Yeah. Okay, so I was totally wrong. He did start out on his own. He's actually from Detroit, so USA made, I suppose.
Well, it was. I think they're still making. I think what they've done is they've moved their manufacturing, and it's manufactured by a third party now.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's probably still made in the USA. They might outsource some parts, but populated in the USA, something like that.
Right.
But all right, well, we're gonna move on. So I've got an interesting topic that I found. Did you look at the topic?
Nope, I did not make it that far. I totally made it that far down in the episode description, and we're talking about acoustic guitar songs.
Okay, yeah. So top 30 acoustic guitar songs.
Was that better, Diaz?
That was better.
Okay.
Why are we whispering?
I didn't want the audience to know.
To know what?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna kind of. I think we should go through, and we'll kind of discuss as we go, and then we might give like our number one acoustic song. So we'll do. It's a song. It doesn't have to have been written acoustic, but this is, I guess, top songs that have been performed acoustic. Because, "Love of My Life," that had piano in it, which I'm sure is
technically acoustic.
Technically acoustic, but I'm talking about acoustic. We're talking acoustic guitar. So, all right, number 30, Queen, "Love of My Life." It's a good song. I'd say that's. I feel like if you're starting with that though as number 30, we're gonna just be disappointed.
Probably.
All right, so we agree. Queen, "Love of My Life," one of the great acoustic songs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful song. Next, The Smiths. "Please, please, please, please let me get what I want." No. Sorry. No, that doesn't belong on this list. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's written by The Smiths. Sorry, Morrissey sucks. I don't care. I'll stand by it. Let's see. John Lennon. Number 28. John Lennon, "Working Class Hero." I feel like it's good to include John Lennon on here because John Lennon was more the acoustic guy, Like, he seemed like the guy you'd sit around and hang out with and, play acoustic guitar out by the campfire.
Definitely.
But I don't know about Working Class Hero being, like, the song. So, they, I mean, it's definitely a good song.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like they could have picked another song.
Maybe. I've heard covers of it, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, let's
Plastic
see. Don
Ono
McLean.
Band. What?
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
I hate the Plastic Ono Band. I actually have a vinyl of theirs. I keep it around for profiling. So if someone picks it up and says, "Oh, I love this," I can tell them, Get out of my house. All right, Don McLean, American Pie. You cannot deny this. This is Americana. This is going to be one of those songs that in like 1,000 years they'll be like, freaking American Pie, though. That defines that entire generation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. Nick Drake, Pink Moon. I'll tell you this much. I don't know what this is.
Nope.
Maybe I'm not going to listen to everything. All right, so Nick Drake, Pink Moon, get off the list. We don't know who you are. I wonder if I want to make someone mad. That'd be great. Number 25, Fleetwood Mac, Landslide. Okay, yeah. There's no arguing that.
I'm just not a huge fan of Fleetwood Mac in general. So
What?
They
Are
wouldn't
you
have been
serious?
so they wouldn't
What?
be on my list, period.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham.
Stevie Nicks on her own, yes, I'll take some of that, but
What?
I don't
No.
know.
Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. It's just, you can't deny that chemistry. And then Steve McVie and what was the girl's name? The other one.
Mm-hmm.
She was another McVie. And then there was Fleetwood. Mick Fleetwood.
Mick Fleetwood.
There's Mick Fleetwood. So, and who's a fantastic drummer, by the way. And then, yeah. Man, I've like watched so much on Fleetwood Mac. I've got Rumors on vinyl, like one of the original pressings.
Oh, nice. I'll give credit of that.
I'm a huge Fleetwood Mac fan. All right, Alice in Chains, Down in a Hole. 24. I give it to you. Down in a Hole is a fantastic song. I do have to say though, if we're doing Alice in Chains Unplugged, I'd say Nutshell is a better song off of that. But that's my personal opinion. How do you feel about Alice in Chains, Chris?
I've never really been able to get into them.
What the effing F? Are you serious, dude?
Yes.
Why? What? Okay, so all right. Okay. So what about them don't you like?
I'm not sure. If you give me, what album do I need to go listen to give them a second chance?
Jar of Flies.
Jar of Flies. Okay.
Well, let me see. I'd have to say Jar of Flies would be one that. Yeah.
Let me add that to my Spotify list because I have to run errands after this, and I will check back in.
Okay. All right. 23, Bob Dylan, The Times They Are A-Changin'. That's a classic.
You can't not mention Bob Dylan on a list like this.
Okay, I'm weird about Bob Dylan, though. There's some Bob Dylan stuff I don't like. I don't know. Some of his earlier stuff.
I say that's fair.
I don't know. I like a weird time in Bob Dylan. One of my favorite songs by Bob Dylan's The Hurricane. Do you know that one? They made a movie with Denzel Washington called Hurricane, and it's all about this boxer who, and the song's about that. The song tells the whole story. He's a boxer who just went and did a match. I mean, he's on his way to be one of the greats. He goes into a bar and they start causing problems. They leave, and then some guys go in and shoot up the place.
Oh.
And they blame it on them. Oh, I can't remember if he was there or not. I believe they went in and left, and that's how they placed him there.
Right.
And then they say he came back and shot up the place and killed people,
mm-hmm.
Which was proven wrong. But They it was you should check out the movie. It's a Denzel movie, and also the song is fantastic. So we'll keep moving. How long have we been going for? It's 51 minutes. Dang, Chris, stop talking so much. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Life by the Drop.
Yeah.
It's a good track. I feel like they could have picked a different song.
Probably.
Maybe like him do a different song that was performed acoustically, but let's keep moving. 21 Rolling Stones, Wild Horses. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a huge Rolling Stones fan.
Me either.
I like some of their songs. I give respect for what they did, but yeah, just not my thing. Number 20, Foo Fighters, Everlong. Foo Fighters! Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the Foo Fighters. Yes. Number 20. How about number 1? I say we go for it. We're changing things around. I'm changing it. Honestly,
I guess you have that veto power.
Foo Fighters, they do great. I love their acoustic sets.
Yes.
They can Times Like These acoustic is fantastic. And one of the cool things about whenever Foo Fighters cuts their songs down to acoustic is you learn to really appreciate how much stuff is actually going on in those recordings.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do a lot. I mean, there's starting with when did they go to 3 guitar players? Was that what was the Best of You on? It was
you're the expert.
It was the dual box. It was like the dual CD. It's gonna kill me. Help me, Chris.
I'm trying. I'm going as fast as
Foo Fighters. Who was it? Was it
Foo Fighters? The Color and Shape.
The Color and
the album.
No, it wasn't the Color and Shape. It was the one after that.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was one. Not after that, because after that was the.
Oh wow, that's from 1997.
That's what the one they recorded.
So there's Nothing Left to Lose.
Piece.
99. One by One 2002.
No.
Expanded edition? No. 2005 In Your Honor.
That might be it.
That's 2007 is Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace.
I think In Your Honor is when they moved to actually recording all 3 guitars. Why do I have caps locks on? Google must think I'm yelling at it. Yeah, In Your Honor. I think it was
Best
the first,
of You is on there.
Yep, that was one of the first albums that they started recording 3 guitars. Because they, one by one, they only had, they did, I don't think Pat Smear actually recorded on. So, yeah, they didn't have Pat Smear on that one. But when they moved to In Your Honor is when they started moving to having 3 guitars. And it really shows, because when they play live, 2 of the guitars will just cover stuff up if they didn't have a 3rd guitar part.
Right.
But if they, like, especially when they moved to Wasting Light, you hear so many different guitar parts going on. They're all playing their own thing, and it's fantastic. And going acoustics really shows that. So we'll move on to number 19, Oasis Wonderwall.
Ew.
Come on.
Does it?
I said maybe.
No.
You're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, come on. No one even knows what a Wonderwall is. They just made something up.
I'm scared.
You're my
Google
Wonderwall. I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna be on like some weird stuff. That was. I mean, every guitar player learns it or knows the riff, and that's also one of those songs that everyone's like, "Can you play Wonderwall? Can you play Wonderwall?" Yes, I can play Wonderwall. Capo 2, hit that E minor, call it a day. Next, we got John Martin, May You Never. Once again, this falls under the things of, I don't know who it is. I'm going to go through this list and find out about some people. But we'll keep moving. Kansas, Dust in the Wind, number 17.
I'll take it.
I mean, number 1, they're playing it on an Ovation.
True.
If they can pull this off. Sorry. But yeah, I love this song.
Yeah.
I love playing this song. I actually, whenever I was learning how to play, I actually bought the sheet music to this and learned it that way.
See, I had the internet when I was learning it, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got that. Hold on. Jonathan's doing his distracted because we've actually got this. Oh, so it would have been so cool had it not like sounded horrible. This part of the song is brought to you by Guitar Center. Like, it's really cool because it just, as a guitar player, it's not the most complicated finger picking because you're just hitting that like C shape.
But it sounds like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's great. And that moves us to our next song too, which is, I think this is a song that everyone should learn.
Learn the unplugged version.
Yeah, you learn both versions. So you got that. That Layla. See, that's one of those things that, like, as soon as someone plays it too, they hit that ba-dum-bum. You know where they're going.
Yep.
Yeah, because that whole album was just crazy. The unplugged Eric Clapton, because that was right after his like son died.
Mm-hmm.
So he went through this dark thing, and he came out and he played this, and it was so crazy to just see the difference of like unplugged Eric Clapton versus like rock and roll Eric Clapton. So it was really cool. Radiohead, Fake Plastic Trees in at number 15.
Cool.
I don't know. Yeah. Radiohead. You know what? There's gonna be so many people who are like losing their mind. Like, how are you not freaking out? What the? If they would put Creep on, I'd been like, heck yeah, that's a cool song. I like that.
Yeah.
But Fake Plastic Trees, I'm sure I've heard it, and it's Radiohead. They make great music. But we'll talk about next. Led Zeppelin 14, Going to California.
Definitely a good one.
Yeah, I can't complain. I'm gonna hit play. I'm just gonna listen to it.
So while he's listening to that, to all the viewers at home.
Yeah, this is the part of the episode where you guys get to listen to me listening to this, but you can't hear what I'm listening to. That'd be great. All right, James Taylor, Fire and Rain, number 13. Yeah, all day. Not even upset about it. Why won't they give us something we can get mad about?
Yeah, give it like, it's either stuff we don't know or stuff we're like, yeah.
Yeah, we agree. Give me something that give Dia something to be mad about. Number 12, Neil Young, Heart of Gold. I'll give it to you. I like Neil Young. He's interesting. He's got one of those weird voices. What? You don't like Neil Young?
Never really listened to Neil Young.
He's got that like nasally old man sound. He just has he's like Bob Dylan, where he has a sound, and he sounds like Neil Young. All right, Extreme, More Than Words. I'll give it to you. This should have been farther down the list. This should have been like number 22. This shouldn't have beat Neil Young or James Taylor.
Definitely James Taylor should not have.
All right. Next, we've got Simon and Garfunkel, The Boxer, at number 10. I feel like 1 through 10 should be nothing but Simon and Garfunkel. They are the ultimate acoustic act.
Right.
I don't know if I'd have gone with The Boxer. Well, The Boxer was one of the songs that they usually would perform just acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great song. The cool thing about The Boxer, that was really big whenever Paul Simon was trying to get the right reverb.
Interesting.
And the record company that the record studio the studio they were recording at, I believe, was owned by the record company that was, putting out the record. And they had this giant, if I remember correctly, it might have been The Boxer, where they had this giant reverberator. and because they do the light-it-eye, and there's that big boom, and that's just, I think that's a stomp or a clap, right, like heavy into that reverberator. It's got a great sound. That's if you like dig into where reverb comes from, and like I think they had a giant plate reverb, if I remember correctly. But when you start looking into, because that was one of the things I went in this like rabbit hole of what is plate reverb,
right?
What exactly is it? Because most people nowadays just know it's called a plate reverb. They don't know that it was actually a giant plate. That's where it came from, and they don't know what it looked like. It was just a giant box that had mics in it, and that they got that sound. So, but that's a really cool song. That's one of my favorite Simon & Garfunkel songs. That's up there with like Bridge Over Troubled Water, stuff like that. Sound of Silence. So Neil Young. Oh wait, I skipped one. Number 9, Bob Marley, Redemption Song. You can't go wrong with Bob Marley. I mean, he's an acoustic guy. That's a great song. That's probably one of the early songs that I learned how to play, like whenever I was playing at Bennigan's and patios and stuff like that. Because it was a really simple song. It had just the boom, 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 boom. Had a really simple lead line, and it has simple chords of G, E minor, C, D. That was pretty much it. So it's a great song. I'm gonna have to start listening to some Marvin Gaye. Bob Marley, not Marvin Gaye. Sorry. I was scrolled down really fast and it said Marcus Garvey. My brain connected Marvin Gaye. I don't know. All right, number 8, Neil Young, Needle and the Damage Done. Apparently I'm gonna have to listen to this.
Apparently.
Not right now, because I don't think you guys. So the song was composed after witnessing the drug addiction of his Crazy Horse bandmate Danny Whitten. So this should be pretty interesting. But we'll keep moving along. Number 7 on the top 30 acoustic songs of all time, Johnny Cash, Hurt. I'll give it. Yeah. I'm surprised Johnny Cash wasn't on this list sooner, but that's a good one. Eric Clapton, Tears in Heaven, and at number 6.
Definitely
that's also off the same album. Same thing. This is the song that he actually wrote about his son who died. So this is really cool. This is also one of those things where the studio version is outshined by a live version.
Yes.
So I'm trying to think of Kiss, I Want to Rock and Roll All Night is one that you always hear the live version. You never hear the studio version. I Want You to Want Me by Cheap Trick, another good idea of that. And Tears in Heaven is one where the unplugged version or the live version outranks the studio version. Eagles, Hotel California Unplugged.
Yeah. You
got to put that on there all day. I love how it says some mightily. Oh, I thought it said slightly impressive guitar. I was like, that's more. That's more than slightly impressive. That's way up there. Let's see. Number 4, the Beatles, Blackbird.
2, 3, and 4 are all Beatles, but yes, Blackbird definitely.
Yeah, come on, listen. I'm a huge Beatles fan. At least mix it up on the top 5,
right?
So 4, Blackbird. 3,
Here Comes the Sun.
Here Comes the Sun. 2, Yesterday. All right, Yesterday is fantastic.
Would Yesterday go before Blackbird though?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a better written song. I say it is. That's all that matters. Funny thing, you know what Blackbird's about?
What?
It's actually about a black girl, because in England they used to call girls birds. So if you replace the word bird with girl, that's what the song is actually about. So it was actually written about segregation. So
I have to go back and listen to it with that light now.
So, and not even that. So you've got you've got those 3 Beatles songs. 2 of them are Paul McCartney songs. One of them's a George Harrison song. John Lennon didn't make the top 5. Paul McCartney's my favorite Beatle, anyways. He's the better songwriter of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, if you listen to the Beatles catalog, you can tell who wrote the song by the fullness of the sound. John Lennon, whenever he wrote a song and they'd record it, it always sounded like kind of thin.
Yeah.
It didn't have like a full feel to it. Listen to songs like A Day in the Life. I mean, it's got a full orchestra, but it's not real thick sounding, I guess is the way I put it. And then you've got like Across the Universe. You've got all these other songs he writes. And it's also his voice. His voice is a lot thinner than Paul's. Paul has a more rounded tone on his voice. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, that was some interesting Beatles stuff going for you. Number 1, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Would you say that's number 1?
No.
I wouldn't agree with that. I'd say it's definitely top 5.
Yeah.
Wish You Were Here is top 5. Chris, you've got to pick the number 1 acoustic song of all time. You can't pick Time of Your Life.
No.
I already saw.
No, I was actually it was one of the ones on this list. I just don't remember which one it was right offhand that I was going to probably go with. I think it was either Dust in the Wind or a Zeppelin song that I heard live acoustic.
All right,
we'll just stick with Dust in the Wind.
I'm going to tell you mine, and you can't make fun of me. But this goes for all around composition and song. The song itself has to be a quality song, and the performance has to be great.
It's a Dixie Chicks.
The dance. Garth Brooks, acoustic, fantastic.
Can't make fun of Garth Brooks, so
you can't make fun of Garth Brooks. He's country and rock and roll. How can you can't argue with that?
No.
Yeah. So take that. You know, it's gonna be great. People are gonna be like, "Really? Diaz picked Garth Brooks as the number 1 acoustic song of all time?" You know what? F this list. I say F this list. You know who's not on this list? Jim Croce. How is Jim Croce not on this list? Time in a Bottle is one of the greatest acoustic songs of all time. This list, it's ridiculous.
There's
it's
your thing
insane.
to make you mad.
That does make it. How did Jim Croce not get on this list? What are we doing here? We're gonna have to find a news source for our news.
Or at least our
this
top
is
30s.
fake news. Fake guitar news. All right, I'm done throwing a fit. I decided to throw a little bit.
Are you?
No, but for real, you know what? I'd say The Dance by Garth Brooks or Operator by Jim Croce. Probably top 2 for me on acoustic songs. Ding, ding. Operator. All right. That was a fun little list. Oh, so thanks for checking us out, guys. You can join our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop. You can join our Facebook group. You can follow us on Instagram. And right now, for the next couple weeks, we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a free Whirlybird pedal from Spruce Effects. All you have to do is share the picture, do hashtag win that Whirlybird, and then make sure that you're following the Effects Loop and following Clifton Whirly Show, and you can get a free pedal. It's as simple as that. We go, we say, there you go, and we give it to you. If there's any reason why you can't do those things, email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com and we'll tell you how to sign up for Instagram. But that's it for us this week. We will check you guys out next week. Also, keep your eyes peeled. September 1st, we are going to be announcing something super crazy awesome.
Yep.
And we'd love for you guys to be a part of it.
And thank you to String Joy again.
Thank you, String Joy. Sound better. Play better. String Joy. It's in the episode right there.
It's dead. Just end it.
Dead. Nope, we're going to end it now. All right, guys, we will see you guys next week. Have a good one.
See ya.
Dictionary, why is negativity always drawn out? Picture every visualized love, energized lives together. We undefeated, a plan to make weathers, no gloves needed. When we weed into the mindset of achieving and believing in a community that remains happy. Then the after, the world should be one. Hate annihilated, every heart is one. Love again. So don't